Became the chair. So I know about Carly. I probably don't know the things about Carly that the person who was supposed to come out and speak. So let me talk a little bit about Barbara Boxer. How about we do that? In case some of you have forgotten. Yeah, we know, but you know what? That wound needs to be opened and made sore. During her 18 years as U.S. Senator, Barbara Boxer has only passed a handful of bills. She supported and carried the torch for the job-killing cap-and-trade bill. You should remember that, okay? Have you heard of her doing anything in the news or in the newspaper where you went, wow, that's pretty good? I haven't seen a hand or I haven't seen a head nod up or down yet. And despite Barbara Boxer's promises to keep unemployment below 8% tonight, because she has total control, California's unemployment rate stands at a high 12.6%. Some of the things that I looked up on the internet and found out is that we get less than 30 cents of every dollar we send to Washington back. And the senators have a lot of play in that, in giving us money back. Her favorable rating among her own is at 44%. So even her own people are not sure she can do the job. Talk a little bit about Carly now. How many of you know that Carly was a receptionist at HP? That's where she started. She worked her way up in a very large company that is male-dominated. So it's very hard to do. She had to be doing the right thing, letting people know what she was doing. So she fought hard to make it there. She's very much into transparency. She wants to protect our country. She opposes trying foreign terrorists in our courts. She opposes closing Gitmo. She wants stronger sanctions against Iran and would fight to shore up the borders. And you know, you'll hear candidates say, yeah, we need to shore up our borders. Say, what does that mean? And as I looked at some of her speeches and I went through and looked at some of the newspaper articles, she would support sending troops to the border. She would support continuing to build defense, but she also wants stronger immigration or illegal immigration rules. She wants to be able to create jobs. Small businesses employ over 50% of our employees and 2/3 of the nation's new jobs. They create 2/3 of our nation's new jobs. And we've got a lot of small businesses struggling today in Uganda. She's against taxes that would hurt these companies. Anybody here heard of tax and trade or cap and trade? She wants to restore fiscal accountability. Do you know that 80% of every dollar in California goes to pick up on payroll and pension plans? That leaves about, what, 20 cents of every dollar to fix and keep things going. Some of you know that I'm a member of the Hart School Board, and 85% of our budget goes to payroll and pension plans. Kind of hard to do anything with that. She's interested in the Cal water problems. 40,000 people are out of work because of the issues going on in the Delta. Boxer was faced with the same situation in New Mexico as being a chairwoman on the Environmental and Public Works Board. And do you know what she did? Absolutely nothing. Didn't raise any noise, didn't bring anything to the table, didn't bring up any solutions, just let it go. And Carly fully agrees that healthcare needs to stay in the hands of the patient. That's what it boils down to. The government should not be involved in deciding whether you need a new kidney or not, what you should be treated with, and the kind of drugs you should be allowed to have. So she's against the cap and trade. She wants to fix it by reducing dependency on oil and natural gas. We have, how many of you have seen the recent show, was it with Greta Van Susteren, about the natural resources we have in Alaska between the oil and natural gas as well. So I just want to say, she understands business. Carly is what California needs right now. We do not need Boxer, and we need to get out and support her. I've got sign-up sheets up here on the table. There's more information about Carly. There's a Boxer versus Carly debate on Wednesday evening at Republican headquarters. You don't have to be a Republican to show up. Just show up if you just want to see what they have to say, and I think it'd be a good thing to do. So, Republican headquarters, the address is there on the sheet, but it's on Carl Boyer Drive in Center of Town. Everybody knows what Center of Town is, right? Is it Dave's or Dale's Sporting Goods? Dick's.
Sporting Goods at the Walmart.
I may get you to the wrong place, but at least you'll know the event is Wednesday night. And, there's a Walmart there. There's a bunch of empty stores there, you know, small businesses that need help, which is why we need to listen to Carly and find out how she's going to help us grow and get California back on its feet again. It starts at 6:30, right?
Boxer is actually the author of the cap and trade legislation and is ruthlessly trying to get it passed through Congress, whether she does it on the up and up or not. What's Carly's view of this legislation?
For Carly, it was very simple. It's bad. It's bad legislation. It doesn't make any sense from a business standpoint. Think of the businesses that you're going to drive under if they have to go and trade credits for this and what have you. Trucking companies, Andy Gump. Anybody know who Andy Gump here is in town? One of our wonderful, old-time, small companies here in town. He has 100 vehicles. Can you imagine what this would do to him? Makes no sense. She understands what it takes for a small business to grow and the expenses that will kill a small business. You know, we had a friend of ours just come back from Georgia. She opened up a company there. It was an HR company. So she helped companies who ran into human relation problems. She didn't do well there. You want to know why? Because apparently in Georgia, if you're not doing a job and you get fired, you have nothing to stand on. Unlike California, where if you're not doing your job and you get fired, they did something wrong to you. I don't understand. So we have so many rules in place in California that keep small businesses from being able to grow and succeed. She understands that. So yeah, she's opposed to cap and trade. She wants to find other ways to help these businesses. Now, if you search the internet, you're going to find out that she has said, we still need to deal with this. There are still carbon issues. There are things that we need to look at. We can't use diesel fuel. Think about the old diesel fuel of the 70s, right? If you had a diesel vehicle, you didn't want to get behind it because why? You had that big black cloud. There's a long way to clean that up. And that's just common sense. We need to do that, but we don't need government regulating us to the point where, you know, the fuel's $1.10 a gallon and the regulation's $2.75 a gallon. It just doesn't make any sense. Would that help?
Yes.
What will Carly do, and I think that means something specific, to improve the business environment in California?
Well, obviously, I cannot answer for her. I can't answer for her. Well, that was that she'd bring down. No, but in looking at everything that she's written, I went back and looked at some of the interviews she's done over the last year, because you really can't speak for somebody. Would you agree to that? And you've got to look. If you've heard me speak before, I say go check out the proposition. Go check out the candidate. Find out what they've said consistently across the board. And what she's always said when it comes to small business, she knows what kills us is workman's compensation. What kills us is all the insurances that we have to have and the regulations we get. You know, the amount of paperwork, when I hire somebody new that I give out, you would think you were applying for a home loan back in the 80s, you know, when you actually had 2.5 inches of paper. You know what that does to a small business owner? It makes me not want to hire somebody. It makes me want to keep the staff that they have because they don't need all the aggravation it takes. She understands now, when you say specifically, she's looking at the issues that we have with workman's comp. She's looking at the insurance issues. When you talk about cap and trade and what that would add to it, I think those are things that she's looking at and say, okay, how do we rein that in so it doesn't cost you 90 cents of every dollar you make to pay state taxes? Oh, I'm sorry, not taxes. They call them fees now, right? So we pay on taxes. To pay on state fees.